So the Dallas Mavericks are in the worst situation ever imaginable in an NBA team. So currently, they have 7 players who are currently in the sidelines. And in this video, we'll be talking about them and even taking a look at where these injuries came from. So the two latest injuries, the Kyrie Irving's torn ACL and Jaden Hardy's ankle injury. And it was so sad because both of these players suffered this injury in the same game against the Sacramento Kings about a day ago. So let's just talk about this. So before we get started, like, share, subscribe to the channel, and do all that great stuff. So the first guy to go down was center Derek Lively, who suffered what appeared to be an ankle strain on January 14th against the Denver Nuggets. An MRI revealed later, however, that Lively had a stress fracture in his right ankle. So Derek Lively was expected to miss 2 to 3 months with his injury, but we did get a positive update in February. So the Dallas Mavericks head coach Jason Kidd revealed the big man is out of his walking boot and he'll be reevaluated on March 6th. So he's going to be able to come back, given like the whole situation. So another member was Caleb Martin, who was acquired February 4th from the Philadelphia 76ers. So Caleb Martin suffered a hip strain against the New Orleans Pelicans on January 10th, and he had not been able to make his debut with the team. So he appears to be close to returning to the court, though. He has been playing in practice. He's been redshirt, so the Dallas Mavericks are yet to have him play and be able to, be on the starting lineup or even on the bench. So while Martin wasn't able to make his Dallas Mavericks debut after arriving via trade, Anthony Davis did. So the problem, though, is that he suffered a left adductor strain in his debut against the Houston Rockets on February 8th, and he has been out ever since. And he's set to be reevaluated this week, but he's currently out indefinitely. But not sure if Anthony Davis can be able to come back. So things went from bad to worse. And after Anthony Davis went down, because Daniel Gafford suffered a knee injury on February 10th against the Kings, which was later revealed to be a grade 3 right MCL sprain. So he was set to be out for at least 6 weeks, and is another who is scheduled to be reevaluated soon. So the man is also out indefinitely and really puts a span in the works for this team. And the injury bug just keeps ravaging this team every single time. I don't know if the Grim Reaper really lives here, but anyway, Nico Harrison, the basketball gods are really watching you. So PJ Washington, who played more recently than any of the 4 we mentioned earlier, he has been dealing with an ankle injury in recent weeks and suffered a setback when he returned in Saturday's game against the Milwaukee Bucks. So Washington only played the last 15 minutes before he had to leave, and admitted post-game that he might have to come back, but he might have come back too soon. So he didn't play against the Kings on Monday, and it remains a question on will he be able to come back, because man, these injuries just kept creeping in. And also the 2 latest injuries, Kyrie torn ACL, and Jaden Hardy, his injury, man, in the same game with Kyrie. So this has really put a span in the works for this team. So with all these injuries, you certainly wouldn't be surprised that the Dallas Mavericks continue to struggle to win games this season. So they lost 122-98 in a blowout to the Kings, and have now tasted defeat in 4 of the last 5 games, dropping to 32-30. So following this latest loss, Jason Kidd spoke about the injury crisis when asked about his thoughts on Kyrie's injury. So he came out and said, just unlucky. I hope that he's healthy and it's not serious. So he said that before they knew that it was a torn ACL. So the injuries that we've had this season, guys are trying to hold it together. You get other bodies back, and it just seems that every time we're close to getting something back, somebody goes down. And tonight, both Hardy and Kyrie go down, and so we are running out of bodies out here. But guys keep fighting. So The Dallas Mavericks are in the midst of an injury crisis, and I feel like there's some certain point that is being ignored, and I don't think people understand. So when a team plays into the postseason and they make it to the NBA Finals, that means that that team and or those players have logged in the most minutes and they have logged in the most games than any other person in the team or any other person or any other team in the league. So the fatigue and the weight of the games is creeping into these players. They've never been in that situation before, and given like the minutes that they played, especially in the number of more games that they played in the finals last year, we're seeing the effects of that. And I'm not saying discounting that, like 3-4 months ago, like they were in the off season, but some players, if they don't understand that they have to be in good game shape, their bodies can really fall apart. And I can even say, even in a report, I even made a video prior to this talking about Kyrie being run to the ground by the Dallas Mavericks. So you can see there's that desperation of trying to win now and try to prove that they still got it, but it's coming at the expense of the players, and players are getting sacrificed out there because as we speak right now, you have like 7 players who are out of the lineup and they're being reevaluated soon. So you don't even know if they're gonna come back because some of them have been written off as indefinite. So you don't even know if they're gonna come back to play. You don't even know if they're going to be, even when they come back. You don't even know if they're going to be 100%. Only time will tell. But the Dallas Mavericks front office are really scratching their heads right now. I don't know what they can do right now to be able to stop this because Kyrie is currently on a max deal and he's on an expiring contract. So that whole injury situation puts a spanning in the works on what they need to do to be able to fill that guard position, especially losing Jaden Hardy, Kyrie, PG Washington, Caleb Martin, people who play at the backcourt. And something that was kind of sad to see was not only did you lose like backcourt players, but also frontcourt players went down. People who are so effective are not being available in the rotation. So that one really takes this team aback. So how will the Dallas Mavericks deal with this? I know a lot of people are baying for Nico Harrison, his head on a spike right now because of like how he dealt Luka Doncic. I know I've mentioned a lot of Luka Doncic in these videos, but it really it's really sad because Luka was the first one to go down with an injury, and he got traded while he was still rehabbing his injury, and right now he's balling out with the Lakers very well. I'll make a couple of videos talking about his good play there, but the Dallas Mavericks right now, that curse has been set on Nico Harrison, and a lot of people are going to condemn Nico Harrison, rightfully so, when they don't make the playoffs, which is something that is likely. But understand, even if the Dallas Mavericks made the playoffs, they will just be a first round exit because they don't even have their stars in there. Their best stars are injured. Their best star is injured. The only person who is there right now and is just playing all alone is Klay Thompson. And even I think, people have forgotten about Klay Thompson. He's playing for the Mavs. So that's sad. But the injury bug is really creeping in. Is really hurting the team. And I can't even say hopefully they can be able to get some of these players back. But given like their whole situation where they wanted to contend now, they wanted to build up on defense, and looking at their best defensive anchors being sidelined indefinitely, Nico Harrison's decision and the whole Dallas Mavericks front office, I can say, need to be fired, rightfully so. They need to go, all of them, because they mismanaged the whole Luka Doncic situation. They tried to take the high road, and it has really backfired on them because even the pieces that they traded away and they traded to get in exchange for Luka Doncic, in this case I'm talking about Anthony Davis, adductor strain, out indefinitely, injury prone front court player in Anthony Davis, somebody who couldn't be able to take over after LeBron James. And right now, I'm a Laker fan. I can say it's a bittersweet situation because I really enjoyed looking at Luka Doncic when he played for the Dallas Mavericks. Right now, I'm still struggling to get used to Luka Doncic draping the purple and gold, and it still feels odd and different. But hey, maybe I'm gonna get used to it because I've been watching a couple of games, trying to just understand how things are, but I can say I'm slowly getting into it. So yeah, man. I mean, you tell me what you guys think on the comment section. I'm not too happy with this whole situation, and I feel like it's gonna reflect poorly on the Dallas Mavericks front office. And Nico Harrison needs to be fired. I think the man should step down or be fired, because he'll go down as one of the worst GMs ever, because um, he botched Jalen Brunson. He came into the Dallas Mavericks front office 2021, and he botched, Kristaps Porzingis, traded him away. He botched the re-signing of Jalen Brunson, and most recently this year he traded away Luka Doncic. And this is the same guy who botched the presentation for Stephen Curry when he was pitching a Nike to Stephen Curry. He misspelled his name, and he pulled up a presentation that was meant for KD and used it for Steph, and he confused Stephen Curry's name, subsequently leading to Stephen Curry signing with Under Armour. So, I mean, I don't know why incompetent people still get jobs, but this is the reason as to why. I mean, the Dallas Mavericks fans are just furious and angry, and they'll just keep protesting like that. So it is what it is. So like, share, subscribe. Drop me your comments down in the comment section down below. I'm gonna talk to you guys in the next one. Peace out.